does pressure make a difference? If you lean into something, does that make it feel better or worse? Or touch or rubbing or any of those things?
Yeah, rubbing makes it feel better. I mean, sometimes if it really bothers me, I'll rub it or try and, adjust it, move it. And then just kind of pushing my hip out that way to kind of stretch it out tends to, I don't know if it's helping, but it, it feels good. I can feel it kind of, stretching out a bit.
Okay. And do you feel the need to change positions often with it?
No, not so much.
No? Do you sleep through the night? As far as does the pain, or does the pain wake you up at night, or cause you to lose sleep, or are you restless with it, or anything like that? Okay. Anything else on the hip?
No, that I can think of.
Okay. All right. Then another thing you mentioned is the back pain. This is on the left side?
Yes.
Okay. And can you stand up and show me where that is?
It's more, I'd say under the left shoulder blade. It kind of runs down the left side of my spine and then kind of out to here.
Okay. When did this start?
It's kind of been there for years. I think it was there, the last time I saw you.
You didn't mention it, so it must have been taking this backseat to the hip and the elbow.
Yeah. It's, years ago I saw a chiropractor and they said I had a slight scoliosis where one side was bigger than the other. The muscles were. So it's almost like a spasm in that muscle, but it kind of goes out to, it seems to have gotten bigger over the years, where under the shoulder blade is kind of discomforting.
Okay. And was there any initial cause you can think of when it started?
No.
Okay. And so it was just kind of a gradual thing also, kind of like the hip?
Yes. Yeah.
How often do you have pain?
That one it's fairly regular.
So also relatively constant?
Yes.
And then it can fluctuate depending on what you're doing?
Yeah, the intensity of the pain tends to fluctuate.
Okay. And what does this pain feel like?
Muscle tightness.
Is it, again, like throbbing, pulsing, sharp, stabbing, aching?
More aching.
And what are the factors that make the back pain feel better or worse?
Better is also laying on my back, so I tend to do that.
And
when I
does
have
it,
that pain too.
okay. And does it matter if you're lying on a firm surface or a soft surface? Like the floor versus
yeah, with that
better?
firm surface helps.
Okay.
When I'm at the gym, I'll also hang sometimes off the bar. That seems to help. So just kind of stretch everything out. There's certain exercises that I avoid because they make it worse. Mostly bench pressing, military pressing, things like that tend to aggravate it.
Okay. What other factors would make it better or worse?
Stretching is another one.
Mm-hmm.
If it, tightness, I'll try and just, I'll do a lot of twisting like this to try and spread my itself out, just to kind of alleviate it. It's like a constricting kind of tightness to it.
Does it make a difference, walking versus standing versus sitting?
Standing, it's another one. If I have to stand for long periods of time, I'll start to kind of feel that one.
How long do you have to be standing before it would bother you?
That one, it would depend on what else I was doing.
Uh-huh.
Usually if it's a...
So you're just standing like at a cocktail party, just standing and talking to people?
Yeah, then it wouldn't bother me. I think it's more of a walking kind of type
Okay,
thing.
so
Just
standing,
on my feet a
okay, so
lot.
standing still doesn't bother it as much as walking would?
Yeah, I'd say.
So could you be standing for, half hour or an hour, at a social event or something like that, it wouldn't bother you?
Probably after an hour it would I'd feel discomfort.
Okay. How much walking would you have to do before the back started to bother you?
It's mostly when I stop walking, so it's not something I feel when I'm walking. I feel it mostly when I'm sitting, like right now, is when I'm more aware of it.
Okay.
So when I'm moving so much, I don't feel it.
Does it actually, you feel relief while you're moving?
Yeah, I would say it never occurs to me that it hurts, or I'm not aware of it while I'm moving.
Okay.
If you went for a walk, would it be worse after than if you had, not been walking? So it feels better while you're walking. When you're done, does it just go back to kind of how it was, or does it actually make it worse than that?
Probably worse. I walked over here, and I'd say now I'm feeling it more than when I was sitting at my desk today.
Okay. But sitting at your desk would aggravate you too, though, if you're sitting too long without getting up and moving around.
Yeah, but not as much.
Not as much as after a long walk.
Yes.
And what about more aggressive exercise like running?
Running, not so much.
Wouldn't bother it?
I don't know if it has an effect on it. It's kind of there. So it's more of a regular
Do you run from time to time?
Not so much anymore. No.
Okay. So you don't know, like if you went for a jog, would it also feel better like how it is when you're walking, or you're not sure?
I wouldn't feel it when I was running.
You wouldn't? Okay. Okay, does weather affect it at all?
Not that I'm aware of.
What about time of day or night?
I wouldn't say there's a time of day or night.
Okay. So it's not worse in the afternoon the way the hip is?
Maybe toward the afternoon, I'll feel it a little bit more. But it's a thing where it's more day to day. Certain days, I'd say, I feel it.
Mm-hmm.
Feels larger in size and intensity.
Mm-hmm. What about like pressure, touch, rubbing?
Yeah, it's one of the things, if I ever get a massage, that's one of the areas I want worked on. That definitely helps it, or at least feels good, alleviates it.
What about your own? If you just take and just kind of rub it, would that make a difference, or
Yeah.
a little bit?
Sure.
Okay.
And it's hard because it's...
What about pressure? Just like, would you ever find yourself leaning into the back of the chair, or wall, or anything like that?
Yes.
And that helps?
Yes.
Okay. All right, anything else you can think of about the back?
No, that's about it.
Okay. And you said you have dental problems?
Yes.
What are those?
I tend to grind my teeth a lot when I sleep,
Uh-huh.
and I have cracked teeth in the back from where they've broken on the molars in the back. And I have the tightness in here a lot in the jaw from grinding teeth at night, which leads to more of a stiffness, headaches in the neck, and that sort of thing.
Are you aware that you're grinding versus just clenching? Like, do you know if you actually heard yourself making that sound, or is anyone?
I've never heard it. The dentist has told me I have the marks of somebody who grinds their teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And I can certainly, I can feel when I wake up that
It's sore.
my jaw is tight, it's sore.
Has anyone you've ever slept with ever noticed that they've actually heard a sound? A grinding noise? Or have you ever woken up hearing the sound?
No.
Okay. Any other problems with your teeth?
Now or ever? I've had a root canal.
Okay.
Somewhere.
What about a lot of cavities?
No cavities.
No cavities? It's unusual.
Mm-hmm.